Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I got some work to do today. I don't have much left to do in the hatch, but I gotta do some work on the daily today. I wound up catching a flat somehow. I believe I got a nail in my tire or something. And then I gotta change. One of my headlight bulbs went out, but I gotta check my fuses first because it could just be a popped fuse. A lot of these fuses in here are still OEM, so it's a possibility a fuse could have just popped. So I gotta check all that, and then I gotta push the hatch into the garage. Only thing I really have left to do is plumbing, the coolant lines, whatever fuel lines I may have left, and that stuff. And also put my IAC on, my idle air control valve, because I found it. I was about to order a new one, but I knew I had it in my truck somewhere. Here it is. So put that on. And unfortunately, the laptop I bought can't be used with my Hyundai. So I don't know if there's anybody that's watching this is tech savvy enough that they know what to do to put Windows onto a Chromebook. If not, I'm just gonna buy a new laptop next week and just call it a day. One with Windows. If I would have known that, I would have just found one with Windows installed onto it or whatever. But you live and you learn. I wish I would have known that beforehand, but it's okay. So unfortunately, I won't be able to start the car today, but I definitely will be running by next video. I can promise y'all that I'll have it running by next video. So let me just get my head together and start working on this truck and get this going, up and going, because I need my truck. This is the only vehicle I have that runs. So I'm tired of borrowing other people's cars. I could borrow my mom's truck, which is that Excursion right there, but it's not my type of vehicle. So I'll come back with some updates on that later. So I just took a quick look at my tire, see if I can find the nail, and I found it. It's right there. And my whole tire go flat. So at least it's in a good spot where I don't gotta take the tire off or jack the whole back of the truck up and spin the tire to find it. It's right there. I can pull it, plug it from right here, and then put some air in it. I'll probably have to roll the big compressor out here, or if I can find my little bicycle pump, I can fill her up with that off the battery. But at least it's right there and I can get to it easily and not have to fight with it. So makes my job a little bit easier. So I figure while I'm sitting here getting myself together and all that, I figure I'll tell you a little bit about how I got into cars and all that. So growing up as a baby, everybody was always giving me Hot Wheels cars and stuff like that. And it was always interesting to me with the cars. I was that kid that always tried to take his Hot Wheels apart, even though they didn't come apart. So I always wanted to breaking the wheels off it on accident. But as I got older, my older brother was into cars at the time, more specifically Hondas. And he had a few nice ones. He had a really nice Integra. At the time, this is early 2000s, late 90s. And if you know anything about that era in the car scene, it was the body kits, the neon lights, all the vinyls on the side and all that stuff, the TVs in the car, the big wheels, 18s, 19s on an Integra or a Civic to kind of close up that wheel gap. And that's what it was back then, but that was the era of cars. And when he started getting his cars, all of his Hondas together, he had quite a few. That really got me interested in cars a lot. So that kind of planted the seed for me with cars. And then, I know it sounds funny, but when the first Fast and Furious movie came out, that sealed the deal for me. Like, I loved cars after that, and all I wanted to do was build a Honda and go fast. And I'm finally doing it now, but that's what got me into, cars and wanting to build cars and why I'm such a crazy car fanatic. It's just been around me my whole life. And even racing's been in my family for forever, you know. I remember being 8 years old, going out with my sister to the races on the weekends. You know, that's just a part of my family's life, was racing. You know, more specifically street racing. But you know, my mother used to race at a racetrack that's not even around anymore, called Islip Raceway in Long Island, New York. As I'm talking way back in the day. And she had a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner, 4-speed, stick, and she used to race, and she used to beat a lot of people. It runs in the blood, and you know, it's something that, you know, either you're born with it or you're not. Oh, and back to what I was saying before about my laptop. If anybody has one that they're not using anymore, I'll buy it off you. You know, I need a laptop so I can get this car to run. I'm not gonna try to start it with an untuned Honda and risk, you know, hurting something. So I really need this laptop so I can get this car to run for y'all and have some more fun and create a lot more content. So if anybody has a laptop, I'll buy it off of them. Don't need to be nothing crazy. Don't need to be nothing special. Just need to have Windows on it. I'm only using it just for Honda strictly, and that's it. Alright, so what I decided to do instead was fill the compressor up, and I rolled it out here to the truck instead of trying to sit here with that little pump and take forever to fill the tire. Get this done a little bit quicker, because literally the nail is right there, like I showed you before. So once I fill it with air, I can just get everything I need to plug it, because it's not a fast leak. So it's, once I fill it with air, it'll hold for a little bit, but it does lose air decent because the nail's in there pretty deep. So once I gotta find my tire gauge. Once I find that, I can fill up the tire, grab the plug, and I'll be right back as I fill the tire with air. Almost there. Once I get this tire filled and grab the plug and everything, I'll be back with more. So I got it out. This will focus. I guess not. And this thing, this is what was facing me. And this mad pointy nail, whatever the hell this is, it was in there. As soon as I filled it with air, I heard it coming straight out from there. So got this in there right now. I'm trying to make the hole bigger. You can hear the air's already coming out of it, so I gotta hurry up and get this plug in before it goes flat, because you can't plug a tire when it's flat because it will never seal. So once I get that done, I'll be back with more. Alright, well, it wasn't easy because the way the nail was in, it was kind of like on an angle, but I got it, and I don't hear it leaking. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run inside real quick, grab me something to drink, or grab some soapy water, pour it on there, and see if it creates any bubbles. If it does, then it's still leaking, and I got to try to push that plug in some more. So once I do that, I'll be right back. I had to start it because I didn't want to kill the batteries. I'm listening to music too. But I poured some water on it. See, it's soapy water. Warm water on it. I don't see any bubbles coming up anywhere. So I think we're good. So that's one thing down on this. Next, quick. Maybe not. Yep, there it is. Okay. So I gotta fix that real quick. Try to push that plug in a little bit more. But let me show you. It's that headlight's out. So once I finish with that, try to get that plug in better, I'll be back with more. Alright, so I got it in there a little bit more and no more bubbles. So that's done. So now I just gotta see what I gotta do under here. I know everything's covered under here. Get this bulb out. I don't even know if I'll be able to do it from here, but let's see. Probably have to pull the intake filter at least out of the way. Once I get this figured out, I'll be back with more. So it was a bit of a pain, but I was able to manage to get my hand down there and get the bulb out. So I got it out. Now I have these headlights that are in the car now are OEM replacements. So I have the OEM headlights in the garage with the bulbs. These came with the OEM replacements. So all I gotta do is just grab a bulb from one of the headlights, throw it in here, and I'll be good. So once I do that, I'll get the headlight in and I'll turn them on and see if it works. So as I was going to grab the headlight bulb, I heard the tire plug making noise and it looks like it wasn't not gonna hold, so I'm about to get a new tire. But now I'm also looking, I should just get new tires all the way around, like soon, because I don't know if it's just because I need an alignment or what, but the inner parts of both my tires are like almost bald, which usually means it's an alignment issue, but I'm not sure what's causing it. I know I did the front hubs on both sides, and I did a lower control arm on the passenger side because it was bad. But I'm thinking I should just check my tie rods for play. But I'm not going to do that today though, because I'm not going to need to drive the car because I need to order a tire. At least one for now because it's leaking. So maybe if I can just find a used one online or something, because I don't have a spare on this truck. So if I can just find a used one with like good tread for cheap, I'll just order it. Yeah, if I can order off eBay or whatever. But it sucks, man, because I need my truck. I can't be using my mom's truck all the time because I know she's going to need it too. So let me just do this headlight, get that back together, and then I'm going to push the hatch into the garage. Oh, I found my keys for my coilovers because I need to raise up my front end. I have the other one on the passenger seat there. And I know the passenger side will loosen up. It's the driver's side. Me and my boy Lay, we had a problem. We were trying to get it loose. We only had one key. And it was kind of like locked onto each other. And you know what I'm talking about if you have dealt with coilovers. There's like these like keys you spin. And there's two of them that like lock into each other so it can't move. Well, they're kind of like stuck together. So it's moving like almost the whole thing. And like it's moving the whole sleeve and everything around the strut, which isn't good. So I need to use both keys to break it loose. So let me just finish up this, get that hatch in the garage, because it's, not gonna lie, it's hot out here, y'all. I don't know if anybody's from down south that's watching, but I know most of my viewers are from New York. It's a different type of heat, y'all. It's hot. But let me just do this and I'll be back shortly. Oh, put the new bulb in and it works. So we're good now. I'm gonna button everything up under here. And as far as my tire goes, I'm gonna have to take the tire off and go up the road and drop it off at the tire shop, have them plug it, because the plugs I got, they're not gonna hold. So I'm gonna have to do that, take the tire off. I got the tank already over here, so I might as well use my impact gun and take it off. And yeah, so once I do that, button that up, I'm gonna drop it off, and come back, push the hatch to the garage, and do everything else I got to do. So let me just get this off and I'll get back to y'all. Alright, so I got the tire off. So I'm just going to roll it into the garage for now. See if I can maybe get a better angle on it and try to plug it again one more time before I waste money that I don't need to waste. So I'm going to roll in the garage, push the hatch into the garage, and I'm going to get going on that. So once I do that, I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I got the hatch in the garage. I threw the IAC on real quick because that was like a 2-second process. Just 2 bolts right there. I got it on there. Just gotta tighten it down real quick. As far as like the plumbing wise, I just gotta get, you know, I gotta fix that obviously. So I gotta cut that hose, new clamp. I got a new clamp the other side. I'm gonna put a new clamp there. All the clamps that I might have taken off, like that right there, I gotta change and put it on right there. I gotta go to the store later, get some JB welds, and I got a JB weld that smaller hole closed. And I just gotta get a few more clamps for, there's a hose right there I gotta get a clamp for and run another clamp on the back side. And I believe it'll be fully plumbed. Also gotta get a coupler for my intake manifold, the 3" to 3" so I can run my intake pipe. And what y'all think? Leave it in the comments. I want to do a velocity stack. Should I do it out of the corner of my bumper there? Or should I buy another headlight, even if it's not OEM, and run it through the high beam side? Because I don't need high beams. So I don't want to... Everything that's original on this car as far as body parts and like headlights and taillights, I do not want to touch because they're hard to find. So if I can get a set of cheap plastic headlights that, you know, I really don't care too much about, I'm gonna maybe do it that way. But leave in the comments what you think. I also got to get new corner lights because I don't know where that one went. But yeah, leave in the comments what you think. Bumper or headlight? Alright, so I got the tires off, and I'll just show you what I was talking about before about the keys. See those 2 gold pieces right there? I gotta break them loose on the other side so I can raise up the top one and lock the bottom one into it. As you can see, I'm pretty high up, but I want to get up to that 5 mark on both sides. So I want it up as high as possible. I want as much ground clearance and tire clearance as possible because I don't want to wreck my tires or ruin my fenders any more than they are. So once I do that, I'll get back to you right after I put the tires on, and we'll check out how it looks. Alright, so I broke it loose, and now I'm just raising it up. I couldn't do this when I was back in New York, so I left it down where I had them before I put them in the car. So it was kind of, it was off center, and it leaned a little bit to the driver's side because the driver's side was a little lower. So I'm trying to raise this thing all the way up to that 5 mark on both sides. And I want like the top part, more like the bottom part. I want here to be at that line. So that's what I'm working on right now. So once I get both sides up, I'll give y'all an update. Alright, so I couldn't get all the way to the 5 because I'm really like putting a lot of pressure on my springs. But I got it to the 10 mark on both sides, which is pretty high up. As you can see, it's up there. And the spring is pretty compressed, so it should sit pretty high up. So I'm gonna put the tires on and see how they fit. Hopefully it's up a good amount, because you can see on my fender, if it'll focus, where I'm rubbing a little bit, especially right there. I really gotta try to repair this fender. I really gotta repair this fender. Like, I don't know what happened to it. When I took them off, you know, they've gotten knocked over because, you know, I really don't have a shop to be doing this. I was doing this in my garage when I was back in New York. So I really didn't have much to work with. But let me get these tires on and I'll be right back with the test fit. Alright, so I lowered the car down and it looks a whole lot better. I have a wheel gap, but I don't care. I need wheel gap, so I have ground clearance and tire clearance. It's not as high up as the back is, but it's definitely up now. And I got a good amount of ground clearance now, which is great. I feel so much better now. And believe it or not, when the car's up like that, it kind of rolls a little bit better. So that'll be a good thing for when I just drive it. And I promise y'all, by next week, I'm going to try to start the car. And I'm going to make good on my promise. I'm going to hunt down a laptop sometime this week. Yeah, so I'm going to have the car running by next video for y'all. I'll make sure I make good on that promise. And I'm going to end the video off here. I got to run to the store. And I got to help my mom with something also today. So I'm going to end this off here. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Share with everybody you can. Your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones, whoever. There's a lot. It's gonna get real fast. You know, the car's 99.9% together right now. I just gotta get a battery, which I'll get next week before anything. So a laptop and battery is all I need left, and this car is ready to go. So just make sure y'all tuned in. Hit that little notification button so you know when my videos get posted, and please share this, subscribe and share. Thank you.